spend some time with the dead.
On demand almost. We'd be like, hey, can you like touch the duck or make it go off? And it would just start lighting up and going crazy.
Why should we be afraid of you? Hello and welcome to What Goes Bump tonight. I'm your host, Riley Clark. Alongside me today is
Trevor Jensen.
And our special guest today, Adventures with Nubz.
Hey.
So let's start off with, where are you from?
Oh yeah, you hear that?
From Virginia. I was born in Lynchburg, Virginia, and I live up there in Gretna, Virginia now.
That's freaking awesome. Mountain State.
Mothman sightings?
Yeah.
No, but I have had a sighting of a hellhound before.
Oh,
I
that's
believe
interesting.
was a hellhound.
All right.
So is it safe to say that you believe cryptics and cryptidate, like, you know, like things like along that nature are pretty realistic?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
good. We're on the same page.
All right. Yeah. We're definitely on the same wavelength for sure. So what got you started into the paranormal?
I don't know. When I was younger, I just always like going to abandoned houses and exploring and always hear weird sounds in there and just watching TV. And I'm like, in YouTube, I was like, I think I can try this. And I just started getting in paranormal and exploring, and I enjoy every minute of it.
Yeah, I really do enjoy like the exploration of everything, especially like buildings like that. It's a lot of fun.
Definitely.
Oh,
There-
yeah.
we don't have like too much of that around here unless you know like the good secret spots to go to, or like there's, you know, probably some different spots I don't know about in places that I probably wouldn't go around here, honestly, because they're not like the safest neighborhoods. But I feel like it's probably a little more like rural out there.
Yeah. We're in like moonshine territory, so you got to watch out for that. But
Moonshine. So yeah, that's a totally different realm than what we're used to around here. Most people around here are like brewing beer or something in their basement.
yeah, like that show Moonshine, there's a lot of them that are actually from around this part of area, so we have to watch out for all that type of stuff. And
Yeah, I'm sure that can be risky business going out there in the woods, and then next thing you know, you're running up on a still.
yeah, granted, I hadn't ran into anything like that.
Okay, I accidentally cut
I
into
mean,
this
shit.
beautiful
That'd be like
bracelet.
the most
No.
terrifying thing ever,
All right,
to be
I'll have
honest.
to-
Though,
oh, wait a minute, I can
it's
fix
like
it.
some
All right, I thought I
crazy
could
like,
fix it, but I
hey,
actually don't.
this is my money and like my alcohol, and it's like, don't fuck with that. You just don't fuck with that.
Yeah, right.
Anyways, when did your like first paranormal experience happen? Was it when you were a kid or something that happened later in life?
Probably when I was about 12.
Okay.
We just buried my great grandma, and I woke like going to sleep that night, and she tucked me in and like kissed me on the head, and I'm like, it was really weird, but it was interesting at the same time, and that got me into like mainly the paranormal and wondering what's in the afterlife.
I say that's pretty.
So like she was like
interesting.
physically there, like tucked you in and everything. You remember
Mhm.
that?
Man, that's crazy.
Wow, that is a crazy. And you knew she died or didn't know?
Yeah, we knew.
Oh, you say you're at her funeral. Sorry, lapse right
Yeah.
there.
Brain farts.
Wow, that's crazy. I feel like mine was kind of similar. It was like a week after my great grandmother died. I've told this story before, but I'd seen her and like I always thought that because she was blind, she wanted to like see me. If that makes sense. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of what I've always thought.
She had her blindness cured in death, and then next thing you
Why
know,
not
she
though,
saw you.
right?
I would think that most of your like physical ailments are probably like alleviated once you live your physical body.
Yeah.
So, how many locations would you say you've probably done?
Mm.
Quite a few.
Yeah, quite a few. I mean, we've been to places like Avondale Plantation, which is like this old Civil War plantation.
Oh hell yeah!
We've been to a few Civil War hospitals. St. Albans Insane Asylum,
Mm.
and then just a bunch of random houses on the side of the road that we just ran, like just riding down the road, finding them, and come to find out history behind there, and
Oh
like
yeah,
some of them have been crazy.
that's awesome. So what do you catch the most of? You say like would it be like EVPs or like certain devices go off more than others?
We had the REM pod and the music box go off quite a bit.
See, that's so interesting because our REM pod seems to just never work.
Yeah,
It
it's gone
just
off like twice ever.
and we've been on what like probably about 20 investigations or so about something like that.
Maybe that.
Yeah. For some reason, a lot of places we go, the REM pod and music box, and my favorite equipment, the dowsing rods, are like the best three like answers we get on everything.
That's different. Not many people really say the dowsing rods, but they are cool. I've only been able to use them once. They are really
Yeah.
cool. And when weird shit does start happening with them, you're just like, okay, how the hell is this happening?
Like I was shocked by them 3 times at different location. I mean, at the same location, 3 separate times. That was one of the craziest things that's happened.
So
Like,
what was your favorite location you've been to?
probably this house, like that used to be like 20 minutes up the road from my house. We call it the Satanic Ritual House.
Oh shit.
Back in
Okay.
the 70s, a ritual happened that took the life of a family of 5, 3
Oh,
kids, and the mom and
oh,
dad, and all
shit.
that.
That is really dark.
And we went there quite a bit and got a lot of crazy answers, but they tore it down about a year ago.
Have you gone back since it's been tore down?
Nah, they have like solar farm there now. Like it's a bunch of like solar panels that's there now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they probably
That's
wouldn't let you up in there.
that's the big thing around here, solar panels. It's really crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, we have I think we have some spots that have some solar panels, but I think the windmills is the really big thing around here.
Yeah, I'd say probably windmills mostly. I don't see too many like solar farms at all. I don't even
No.
think there is one like close to us at all.
As far as I know, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Amora, you're talking about the peekaboo. Oh yeah, that guy. There is this spirit that likes to follow me on certain locations, and like you can see him in the background every now and then on the video or something. Like I've done had him follow me about 4 or 5 different locations.
Really? That's wild.
I have like
Where do you think it comes from?
I don't know. Like I think it's something that followed me from one location and all that. Like it's not harmful though.
It's just like a playful, like,
Yeah,
Hi,
just a little
I'm here.
playful. Because I know every now and then you can see like a little girl named Beth that pops her head up through the door right there.
Just like her.
just like that. Was
Just
that
like
it? Is that kid real?
Was she a ghost? I
But
mean,
yeah,
she's white enough to be one.
But yeah, she likes people have done spotted her a few times right there.
Huh. Like on live streams and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Have you investigated your own home?
A little bit. A little bit.
I feel like that's kind of terrifying though. Or it's like, fuck, I have to live with this.
I was debating on doing the Ouija board section here, and then I'm like, I don't think that would be a good idea. Like,
Do you think they're portals?
yeah, I think
Yeah.
but I also think like spirit boxes and anything you use to communicate can be a portal. Like dowsing rods,
that's a good
any of
point.
them.
Yeah, you're basically making a connection with something, which I would probably have to say that's pretty close to a fucking portal.
Yeah, I mean, you're opening a door of communication. Who knows what's waiting for that door to open? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it might be something
Crazy,
that you
scary
don't really
poop.
want to. It just never leaves you alone, follows you forever, and then you're just cursed or something. I don't know.
With me the first time.
No, I mean, who knows? Like, I mean, the story of like the Hat Man and stuff, I feel like is like picked up recently, and I think I don't know if what the Hat Man is truly, but like if a lot of people are seeing it, I know a lot of people do Ouija boards. Maybe
Dirt.
they
I don't
Thir-
know.
13 Spirits Paranormal in the chat done had his experience with a Hat Man before. That was one of the crazy, like it was on a live stream, and that was one of the craziest things I've
do
seen.
not fuck with the Hat Man.
I don't think I've ever even heard of the Hat Man, to be honest with
Is
you
it
guys.
like a Slender Man type thing?
I don't
but
know.
not a
I have
meme?
no idea.
I don't know much about it, but I do know that
It's crazy.
apparently,
A coworker was just telling me about it. Like they've been seeing a Hat Man forever and ever, and I was just like,
What the fuck?
Like that's
I've
crazy.
seen at this house up the road from me called the 1 a.m. house. I've seen a figure that was like really, really tall and had a hat, but I wasn't quite sure what it was. But
Huh.
it was pretty creepy.
That sounds weird. Like just super like eerie. Like what the fuck?
13 Spirits, if you could just give us a little bio of the Hat Man, like what it is, that would be sick. Because I don't know. And like
I have no
I've been
idea.
seeing it more and more and more. And I'm wondering if I'm next.
Next to be the Hat Man's
Like
victim.
he's just like telling me that I'm about to have an experience with them.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't on panel, but I was definitely on chat, and whew,
What?
That's
It was-
crazy.
That's crazy.
yeah, it was definitely something that I don't want to see again.
Yeah, I would say
that
that.
was the Hat Man. Wow. Okay, maybe this thing is something I want to fuck with. And
How do you think you would react if you saw an alien?
Oh, good question.
I don't know. I saw something like it was like a weird object. It was in the air, it was going forward, and then it started going backwards, and then it went side to side. And when I went to go take a video of it, it was gone. But that's the closest thing I've came to seeing an alien or anything. Like,
Damn.
But-
I mean, that's still really cool.
I believe they exist. I do.
Yeah, I
There's
mean,
no way
you
we're the
understand,
only.
like how do they not?
Yeah, there's no way we're the only things that exist in the universe. Like,
No way. Look how much life is on Earth. You're gonna tell me that there isn't one planet that can somehow be close to creating life like that? Like,
yeah,
it may not look how we think it's going to look, but there's got to be life. There's got to be. There's no way. Well, yeah, I figured because I've thought I was an alien as well. Trevor definitely must be an alien.
I
because,
am.
I mean, look at him.
I made aliens.
We
The
have
thing
an
walking
alien
behind you
walking
is an
around
alien.
back there.
She can transport herself through walls.
Yeah, look at that. Going to a different dimension. That is.
Bye, kid.
We're not gonna do that the entire time you're here, okay?
Oh God. 3-year-olds.
Every 10 minutes, she's gonna be coming back to that door. I guarantee it.
She's on one today.
That's a good thing because this episode's been sponsored by Dubby. We have the new flavor right now. It's the orange mango cream.
I haven't even tried it yet.
Here, give it a swig. Live
Yeah.
reaction right here.
But yeah, kids are the best. I watch my
Good.
little.
Oh,
my
that's good,
3-year-old
he said.
niece 3
Yeah.
days a week, so I know.
Oh yeah. I'll say it's a chore, but it's such a good chore.
That's right, people. You just saw us drink out of the same cup.
Yep, COVID.
That's what kind of show this is.
So, with being from Virginia, do you believe Mothman is real?
I do.
I know a lot of people are very skeptical about it. They're like, this is made up as fuck.
I don't believe that it's something evil because a lot of people
Right.
think that Mothman comes when Mothman does come like only when a big disaster happens, but I think it comes to warn people.
Yeah, like it's not a malicious thing. It's more like a, hey, fuck, dude, this is about to happen.
But
Save your souls.
how was it created? That's the thing. Is
What do
it
you mean?
an
How is
alien?
Mothman created?
Yeah, is it an alien or an interdimensional being?
I mean, it's like the Jersey Devil and all that. It's nobody really knows what it is. Like it,
Right.
because some people actually do consider it an alien. Like I've heard some people consider the Mothman and even the Jersey Devil aliens, and
We've considered Bigfoot to be an alien.
They like fresh vegetables.
I've heard that too.
They're so hungry.
Yeah, some people also
Oh,
like to say that
yes,
he's an
they eat
interdimensional traveler,
all
which I
day
don't
if
hate
let
that
them.
Then wouldn't
theory.
he be an alien?
It
Because
doesn't.
he's
I
not from this dimension.
Now,
would make
time
him
for
an
the
alien.
writing.
Well, he's just
Everybody
a-
choose a
like,
I guess you could say if you're
Oh,
using it as a
Right,
broad term,
Bobby,
yeah.
please.
Yes.
It's hard to say.
I'm on a
Wait, it was an
snail.
alien, people.
All right.
Yeah,
No,
that's
did I have to
true.
fly a ship?
I'll ride Muffin. Toffee.
Or are they just not?
Cupcake. I'll ride
That's a
Speedy.
One.
Ah, the
I
thing
never thought of it
is,
like that.
Speedy hasn't been broken in yet.
That's
What
not-
do you mean?
I mean, no one has ever ridden him. He's too frisky.
Ay, caramba. So, dream location.
Yes,
Where would
he's
you
a
want to
young
go if
one,
you could go
full of
anywhere in the
beans, you
world
know.
to
Can
like
I be
investigate?
the first to ride Speedy?
The catacombs in Paris.
Have a go, but you need
Ooh,
to
that's
get
a
on
good
his
fucking
back.
one.
And
That's
he'll try and
been
throw you
that's
up.
been my
Sounds
dream
like a job for an
location
elf cowboy.
for
Yeah.
about 20
I
years
like
now.
your spirit,
Well,
You've
cowboy
been saying that
Ben.
a lot lately.
I always am worried though that like because there's so many stories of people going to France and going
Easy
into the
now,
catacombs and
Speedy.
paying
Steady,
these
boy.
tours or these tour guides to take them in there, and then they just leave them completely fucked, no money, in the middle of the catacombs somewhere where they're not supposed to be technically, and then they're like completely like on their own to get back, and it's
In the
like that's so
dark.
fucking terrifying.
I've never seen anything like it. Well done, cowboy Ben.
Yeehaw!
Back to what?
So, young Jake,
Why is
what's
there
it to be? Dobbin or Samson?
Maybe Dobbin.
It's strange, isn't it, Samson?
Elaborate
No
on
one
the
ever seems to want to
vocal thing.
ride
Is there
you.
an echo? Is there an echo?
Never
I need to
mind.
know.
Yeah, I can hear like Pepper Pig. It sounds like.
We go
Glad I
then.
know that, but
Miss Jolly,
Yes.
how do we
What?
tell
I
snails
don't
to
even
move?
hear it any
Tell
like
them
at
to
all.
trot on.
That's crazy.
Trot
Oh,
on.
I think I know what it is. My daughter decided to like take my phone. I figured it out. That's hilarious.
let me guess, it was Pepper Pig.
Yeah,
Does that fix it?
100%.
Does that fix
It's
it?
sad I know that. Like,
Yeah, no, it's super funny that you knew that because every time I hear anything that's child related like that, it's like, oh fuck yeah, I knew that. The funniest thing is we can't hear it because it goes through the mixing board. So it's
I
like
didn't
only
hear
you
it for the longest time. Like,
Oh, that is so funny.
That's funny. Yeah, because we don't have headphones on, so we can't. We can't
Yeah,
hear
we don't
what's coming
monitor.
through
We
the board.
yeah, we
It-
don't monitor our own shit because it just
We
gets
can
in the
only hear
way.
you. That's it. So
yeah,
we need
yeah.
the chat to tell us. Thank you, 13 Spirits, because we know it's never gonna be perfect. And then something's
always
weird
fuck it up.
happening when we go live. Always.
Plus, we
Yeah,
haven't done
13 Spirit got like bones and all that from the catacomb.
What the fuck?
He's got bones.
I feel like that's asking to get cursed.
Yeah,
Maybe he's got Hatman's bones.
The Hat Man's bones. The man with the bowler hat is coming for you.
I did too, Dom. I thought I had another page open or something.
That's so fucking funny. Hey, I mean, I'm glad that she didn't get on something that she wasn't supposed to, at least. It was even worse. Oh, shit. That's funny as hell. So I mean, like I the catacombs though, like I want to stick on this for a second because it's such a cool concept to be able to just go explore this. Like I think that place is probably one of the most active places on the earth, just because of
yeah.
like
Gotta
what
be.
it is.
It's literally built of human bones,
Yeah, it's a mass grave that was used for like
and people
a
have been
long
killed down
motherfucking
there.
time.
People have done terrible things down there.
Oh yeah.
People are probably still doing terrible things down there.
I'm pretty sure recently too that they just like discovered there was like World War II era like a cinema. Like there was like a movie theater down there and like still like power lines and shit that were like running down there that nobody had discovered yet. And it's like that's so fucking wild that they're just now
They're probably
finding this
hiding
stuff.
from the war down there, bro.
Well, 100% because when
Why else would
Nazi
you be down
Germany
there?
took over France, what do you think they did? Like they were like, "Oh, like let's occupy France." Oh, there's these fucking tunnels. Like what do you think is the best place to put your secret shit?
Yeah.
Underground.
Yeah, underground where it's not gonna get found by anyone. You have to
I'll be
know how to
right
get
back.
there.
I'll be right back.
I don't know. The catacombs is like sick as fuck, but you know what would be really fun to me? Chernobyl. I
Chernobyl
know
would
I always
be-
say Chernobyl, but like Chernobyl is oof. That would be
Chernobyl would
so
be pretty
cool.
awesome. I think there's a lot of places on the other side of the world that would be really cool. Like
Well,
they wouldn't really even think about like Rome, like the Colosseum, would be.
I
A
was just
sick
thinking
place to
stuff like
investigate.
that
Think about how
too.
many people's lives were taken and how much death just happened for the fuck of it.
The fuck of it.
Seriously though, like they did
Yeah.
it only for like political moves and like
I
all
just
this
I don't
crazy
know.
shit and
Like
like big celebrations and like victory of war and like
if you're gonna go that far, then it's like, what about like
any of the castles.
like just like places in Greece, you know, like Athens, like places like that, like really far back.
I think all of those kinds of like
Oh,
historic-
Pompeii would be cool as hell. That
yeah,
would be cool because everything is literally encased and like stuck in time.
Pompeii would be a pretty gnarly
That's like one of the
location.
craziest things to me is like people were literally flash frozen in time.
Yeah.
And they're still like in the exact like form and shape and position they were when they were encased in that like ash soot or whatever that it is. It's because
Yeah.
they didn't burn up.
Like
So
think about like how much energy is exerted from like a volcano. If we're saying that like spirits and stuff are basically imprints of energy,
I'm back. Oh,
sweet.
shit like that like has to like it literally physically imprinted the energy,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Fuck.
That would make it super haunted.
Dude, Pompeii is
that
just
theory.
it's just a crazy story all around because like that's a once in a whole like lifetime event, I would say. Because never again will anything like that happen because our technology is too much too
Like, we're gonna
advanced
know
to
about the
stop
volcano
that. Yeah,
before it
exactly.
goes. It's
Yeah.
all of the, like you know earthquake sensors and shit. Like
Well,
all
then
that
again,
kind of
look
stuff
at
done.
what happened to Fukushima in Japan, where the reactor melted down because of improper safety. Like they didn't decide to take people seriously when they said, "Hey, there's a likelihood of a catastrophic event happening, like a tsunami
Like 100-foot waves.
that causes a mass casualty event and a nuclear reactor meltdown." So yeah,
yeah. Well, they
And
didn't
that's
tell you that was actually Godzilla, though.
For
And I'm all about it.
It probably was the rebirth of Godzilla.
Oh no, there goes Tokyo. This shit is my jam. I love that. I'm such a nerd for all that is like
Yeah.
Godzilla and anime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's his favorite movie, 100%.
Yeah, I've at
Godzilla,
least 7
obsessed.
posters of every different movie, and there's still more than that.
We actually watched the new Godzilla movie together when we were super hype about it.
I'm also
That was a good one.
13 Spirits said it best too. Auschwitz would be another good one where it's super taboo to a lot of people because it's such like a pivotal sad point of history is probably the best way to say it. But
Yeah.
fuck, it's so that's what makes it the most interesting is it's such a turning point of history.
Right. Have have you done any of like Virginia? There's got to be battle sites from the Civil War.
He already said that. You're
Well, yeah, I'm asking
high.
like which ones has he been to?
We've been to
Like what
No,
battles?
I know what you're saying.
Gordonfield Hospital. It was an old Civil War hospital.
Did you catch anything cool while you're there?
Caught a little girl.
What do you think the little
Interesting.
girl is all about? Like,
I don't know, but she straight up walked from one room to the other, and it was really cool.
and
But
was that it? Like related to her all night, or did you catch like voices or anything that were like
not
childish?
really? I mean, we got a couple shadows and all that, but nothing too much there. But then we went to the Exchange Hotel, and that's another old Civil War hospital. And the music box, we had it facing one of the rooms, and it would not shut up.
It just decided to have itself a day.
Yeah, like we was upstairs and we could hear it going off and all that every now and then. Like,
Damn, that's pretty wild, actually. Because I definitely think those music boxes can be shammy and like kind of like sketchy sometimes. Where it's like I don't know if that's real, but at the same time, like playing with one, if it's not super sensitive and it's going off consistently like that, and it's sitting in an open doorway where there's nothing there, it's like what the fuck, dude? Like that's crazy.
yeah, that was the first time that the music box was going crazy. Like one of the biggest spots.
Let's see. We've never really used a music box in our investigations, but we use other trigger objects like light up ducks and things like that. Like, do you use trigger objects in your investigations, or like is there anything that you do that you would say is like unique to your investigating style?
Like when I'm doing my dowsing rod sections, I get names, dates, like ages. I don't necessarily see spirits all the time, but I get like their names, their like how they died, what like how old they were, the year, and all that.
Interesting.
That's pretty fucking crazy, actually.
Do you like
It
to
like
use
just
spirit
comes
box?
to my head, like just the name comes to my head or something. Like it's really weird.
So do you
So
think
it's like
do you think you're
empathic?
more do you think you're like a medium or an empath in that sense, I guess?
I don't really necessarily say that.
I mean, I find it hard to believe in mediums and things
yeah.
like that.
Well, I think everyone has the ability to be empathic. It's just how open to it, like, exploring it are you? Are you close-minded where you kind of shut things
That's
out?
kind of where I'm at with
Or are
it.
you willing to accept other energy into your energy and like let it kind of
Well, it's like a muscle
tell you
too.
what's
The more
going
you
on?
use it, the more it's going to be strengthened and usable.
So I totally believe you to where like names and stuff are coming to your head and you don't really even know why you would be thinking. It's like you're not thinking of someone that you knows that name. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
who does that? But all of a sudden, like this random name just coming to your mind, like you're probably being told it empathically.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's like opening my third eye more.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah.
So what you're saying is you do yoga on your Saturday mornings?
No,
And it opens your third eye.
I sadly never done yoga in my life.
It's pretty great, honestly.
It can be good for you. Definitely. I've never done it myself. Maybe some like stretch, but I don't know. I wouldn't consider it yoga. So, do you use the like spirit box much at all? Because that seems to be like one of our favorite things to use.
Yeah, my buddy, he has the SB11 that he uses, and I use the SB7, or I use the Portal app on my phone, and I find that to be really awesome. It's like the Necrophonics, but free, and I find that app to be really good.
Yeah. I have the Spirit Talker, and I haven't had really. I've played around with it and everything, and it says words, but I don't know how contextual it is to anything because I'm not actually conducting like a real investigation. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I don't know. Like it could be a spirit talking to me and just like, yo, dude, I'm like right here. I need to talk to you. Been trying for fucking ever, but I can't because
Yeah.
I've also used a ghost tube.
Yeah, the ghost tube is pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. I like how you can live record with it. And that's pretty neat little feature. I have had some weird stuff go on with that. Like, I killed a deer, and my dad used it to help me find the deer
Hmm.
because the blood went dry or whatever the next morning. So my dad used it and it literally told us like, so, all right, I'll break it down for you. My dad was like 100 yards away from me. We spread out so we could search more area, and he was using the app. And he was far enough away where he wasn't going to yell to me because if the deer was still alive, we didn't want it to get up and like run away, right? And then we got to track it
Yeah.
down further. So he's just walking around like playing it, and I'm just kind of cruising through the woods, following deer tracks and stuff like that. And I'd walked up on a gun blind, and at about the same time, my dad had a blind come through the like ghost tube app.
Oh wow.
And then moments later, I yelled to my dad that I found it. And then he walked up to where it was and he was like, dude, this just said blind.
That's awesome.
So I don't know, just something weird that happened. And we were using it like that entire weekend too. And we had some weird shit going on through it, like different languages and stuff. And like we were assuming that it was like, Native American speak because I forget what language the Potawatomi spoke around here, but it kind of sounded like it could have been something like that.
It could have been. Where are y'all from?
Michigan.
Okay, yeah.
So like Potawatomi tribe and Ottawa tribe was like really big. And Chippewas was pretty much the main tribes that roamed around here.
Yeah, we had Cherokees around here a lot.
Yeah.
But I do like y'all's background.
Thanks, man. Like I said, we got a 19-foot green screen in here. We're using like every foot of it. But yeah, it's a good little investment. I think I only paid like $20 for it on Amazon. So
That's not bad.
if you're needing a green screen, Amazon's the spot to look. You can have it by tomorrow.
That's not bad at all either.
So what do you have some investigations planned coming up at all?
I do know in July we have Lake Shawnee coming up.
Okay. I'm not familiar with that location.
It's in West Virginia. It's a abandoned a theme park.
Oh, really?
And the history there, it's built on an Indian burial ground. And a lot of bad stuff happened there. Like, so they had to close it down into like one of the most haunted places in the USA.
Really? That's great.
Yeah.
Is there like stories from people that like worked when it was, open? People have experiences when they worked there too, or is it just like after it's closed,
I know people. There was a little girl that died on the swing there, I think.
Oh.
Got hit by a tractor, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
And just a bunch of bad juju's happened.
So like before the amusement park was there, right? Or when the amusement park was there? So
I think that was when.
Interesting. Huh. So like I've heard of amusement parks being haunted, and sometimes it can be as simple as like, someone's farmhouse was there before the amusement park, and they just bought the farmland, and then turned it
Yeah.
into an amusement park. And like, fuck, I wanna say this place was in Florida. I seen like a news clip article of this place, and like something weird like that happened. Like the farmer had a daughter and a son, and then one like drowned in their like water thing, and then the other one like drowned in like the pond or something. So they both drowned some type of way, and then the farmer was just like so distraught he couldn't be like have the property anymore, and then
Oh wow.
he like instead of selling it like started building an amusement park for his kids, and then it's like the weird thing. I don't know. If anyone's ever heard of that, let me know. If I can find it again, I'll share it. But it's like this really weird story about some dad who like builds an amusement park for his dead children, and they like haunt it. And it was only open until it was like passed away, and now it's just like forgotten about. It's like in the swamps in Florida or something. It's in a really obscure location too.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how like accurate I am because it's just like something that popped in my head bringing this topic up. I haven't thought about it in forever, so I don't know how on details I am of like about the children's deaths, but I know for sure that there's an amusement park that this dude built for his dead kids, and it's like haunted now.
That'd be definitely interesting to check out.
So fat.
Why don't you just knock and then I can open the door?
Yeah, that works.
Gosh. Tell you what, command strips, people. If you have a green screen and you don't want to put tax on the walls, we do have tax for some spots. Command strips, they work great. I'm telling you, they're just like little Velcro strips. Stick them to the wall, stick them to the green screen. Eventually, you have to
Bam.
replace them, but friction enough times you can get a few more stickies out of it.
Nice.
Pro tip. Just saying. Not saying how we do it's the right way,
But it is a way.
but it's a way.
It works for you.
It does. So Trevor, you missed that. We were talking about he's about to go investigate a abandoned amusement park.
How the fuck did you get access to that?
We called about over a year ago to get
No
it,
shit.
and we're going. It's in West Virginia, Lake Shawnee, and that's going to be a fun one.
Hell
That's gonna
yeah,
be
it is.
so
That's
cool.
so cool.
What's left over in the park? Was there like roller coasters and stuff, or is it like
I think it's a Ferris wheel. that's
Okay.
left,
Okay,
and
so
an old
Ferris
school
style.
bus.
okay?
And
That's
I
so
want to
fun.
say the tractor that hit and killed the little girls there, and then there's a swing that the little girl has been known to swing on.
Fuck. That's crazy.
That's super cool. Like we
We
kind
just-
of get to
we
do the same thing when we
Don't
go to
have much
Double
stuff
J.
like that around here, though.
like Double J is kind of like that for us because it's a
Kinda.
resort. Like we got to do like a mini golf course that's apparently haunted.
Nice.
They have much going on in there, but it was pretty cool.
It was neon mini golf, so that's fucking
Yeah,
sick.
that's pretty sweet. Neon. And there was a water park, but we didn't end up doing that night. But anyways, that's sweet. Any place else that you have coming up that you can think of or that you're working on that you don't mind giving away?
Not. I mean, I got like a little race that I'm gonna go to and film and all that. It's like not NASCAR, it's like semi NASCAR.
Yeah.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't have much coming up at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, we're just waiting for the weather to turn completely.
Yeah, it just does not want to get warmer here. Like we could do indoor places, but there's some outdoor locations we're trying to hit up.
Yeah,
Mm.
like 2 weeks ago, it was in the 80s in Virginia. The past
Sounds
two,
so
Jesus.
nice. So we had a
the
week. of
past 2
80s.
weeks have been like 40s and 50s.
Oh, see, yeah, we're about that. It's rainy, cold, miserable here.
It's 34 today.
Whew.
Yeah,
Whew.
but Michigan's something special, I tell you.
That's the weather.
When that
in
summer
Michigan
finally
always.
gets here, it'll be worth the wait. Except,
It'll also be 105.
Y'all should definitely collab with Tommy.
oh, we actually plan on doing that. Hopefully, really, really soon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Again, the thing we're trying to do with him is outside. So
Yeah, the place that we
Yeah.
have like book. Well, not booked. We don't book too many places, to be honest.
no, we don't have the funds to be doing that kind of thing. That's the one thing.
That's my issue.
These places are very expensive, and it's the travel, and then
I can barely
everything
afford
just-
my own fucking bills. They want me to pay for theirs.
Yeah, that's my issue at the moment too. Like I wanted to go to Vegas in June because they're
Yeah.
having like a
Right.
big YouTube reunion thing.
Yep.
But I don't have the funds for that. I went last year when it was in North Carolina, but
Yeah, it's a lot different when you're going more states away.
Yeah,
and
and
the plane
Vegas.
ticket is more expensive.
And it's Vegas.
Yeah.
So, you want to be ready to do
Yeah.
whatever it takes in Vegas.
Yeah, the city of sin would swallow me whole. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a fun place. I've been there before.
it's definitely up there on my bucket list to go to.
There's a lot of like really good paranormal spots to check out there too.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
the
I would-
hotel.
Zach Bagans Haunted Museum.
I was gonna say, not only that, like I want to go to like the western pioneer towns, like the pop-up
like
towns
the
out
ghost
there.
towns out there too. Like I did
Like
that
it's
in
sick
Arizona.
as fuck.
And I went to Vulture Mine in Arizona. That was super sick.
Oh,
Did a
that,
little bit of investigating there during the daytime, and we got a little bit of stuff I never released yet, but one day I will. I have it.
Have you ever explored a mine?
not on
Oh, I didn't
YouTube,
think that.
but I do have a mine about an hour and a half from my house that I would love to get back to. Like we've done it when I was like, I don't know, 17, 18, go camping up that way. They have a couple geocache place, and
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
we had like a boom box, and we had like miniature rave in the mine, and
That's so
Oh,
cool.
that's so cool.
we even shot fireworks, which I don't recommend that because
I would
Yeah,
never
yeah,
do that.
No, yeah.
that gets dangerous.
Well, when doesn't young kids drinking and raving?
So, with you being a cave explorer,
Tommy
you
knocker?
must know about Tommy knockers. We did an episode on them. It would be
I've-
interesting if you know about them or have had an experience with them.
I've heard about them
Do you believe in it?
a little bit. A little bit. I hadn't had no experience with them, but I do believe in them somewhat. Like I mean,
I kind of got to the same place when we started talking about them. That
It's like, I want to believe it because it sounds like a cool story, but at the same time, it's like, man, this is kind of fruity. Like, fuck.
yeah,
it
It
is,
would
and
be
it's not even
interesting.
like an American legend at first. You know what I mean? Like it was brought over here.
What, you want this to be America?
No, I'm just saying. Oh my gosh. Like it just like would it have been a thing if it wasn't brought over and all the miners that came over were just spreading the legend,
I
what
don't know.
mean?
Does a Bigfoot yelp when you put a stick up his butt?
He might. I don't know. I've never heard of anyone sticking a stick up
I
Bigfoot's
mean-
ass, but
it sounds painful.
Definitely does. So, what's your thought on the afterlife? What do you think? Like, do you believe in like reincarnation? Do you believe in like heaven and hell? Like, what's your take on all of it?
I believe that they all can exist. Like I'm an open mind to all of them. Like reincarnation, I believe that there can be a heaven and hell. Believe that some people just get stuck here until they have unfinished business before they can go to that move on, and I don't know. I'm an open mind to all of that.
I think that's the best way to be, is open-minded about everything. Because what if the answer that you believe is completely wrong is actually the right answer?
Yeah,
I mean, granted, Scientology is a complete fucking farce. That's the
yeah,
only one that will be like, that is wrong. Other than
yeah.
that,
I
everything
agree
else
with
can be
that.
right.
They're a bunch of creeps.
I can agree with Scientology being BS.
Flying spaghetti monster.
You gotta pay him like $10 million just to find out what the like church is all about. Like, no.
It's the only way they know that you were a true believer. $10
They
million
believe in
a
my wallet.
sacrifice.
They literally just believe in my wallet. That's it.
So, what do you think of the like Illuminati? We haven't asked this to like anyone.
I believe that.
That shit's real as fuck.
Yeah, I believe that it's a real organization. I don't know if I fully believe that it's all evil like people are saying it is, but
I definitely think that it's like an organization of like very powerful people that we don't know that they are there in power, or they're like the shadow government, or what people want to call it, you know?
yeah.
Something's got to be driving everything, right? Why not
Aliens.
the Illuminati?
Aliens are driving the Illuminati, and the
So-
Illuminati is driving the boat.
Yeah, so the breakdown actually is aliens are controlling the Illuminati, who are controlling us, who are being ultimately controlled by aliens in a giant simulation.
Who did 9/11?
Inside job.
I can believe in that. That sounds reasonable.
It's like a triangle, right? That's what the Illuminati is. It's a triangle. We got aliens here. We got Illuminati here. We got us here. It's all connected in a triangle.
We solved
Simulation of the eye.
it. We solved it.
We're all gonna get knocked on the door by the government.
As we speak, there's like a hunter drone about to just fucking straight missiles.
They figured it out. They figured it out. They're live, dude. Take this video now.
Fuck. God, I wouldn't even doubt that like somebody somewhere has said the wrong thing just in passing because they thought they sounded like cool, and they're like, bro, I have a theory. This theory sounds correct. And then the government probably by chance just heard it and said, fuck, we gotta kill this guy.
I mean, that's what they do.
I 100% think this has happened.
I would believe it 100%.
New World Order.
The New World Order is a real thing.
It is a real thing. It's literally a
Like
real thing.
I would put my money on in the next 35 to 40 years we will see a shift in like who runs like the world and like world government
history.
change.
If we've learned anything from history, about every 250 years, there's a huge major like power change. So like, think of it like this. So the British were control for about 250 years before the United States was developed, and then we went to war and we defeated them, even though we had
We're
our
not
own civil
historians, by the way.
complex. I'm just like breaking it down. Like, don't need to get all super technical with it, but like, there's got to be a new world power. Like, there has to be eventually. We can't withhold like a stranglehold on the world.
No, America is the greatest.
It is. It's a great country. I'm
Just
proud
joking.
to live here. But we
I
have
am
to
too,
be
but-
realistic and know that like eventually the world is going to change,
Yeah.
and conspiracy theorists are going to find out that they've always been right.
Well, our currency is no longer like the tip top like most valued currency in the world anymore. I'm pretty sure it's like the Chinese money now. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember exactly, but I just saw that on like Yahoo when I was looking at my emails.
I believe it.
That's because we need to find more gold. It's in them hills. It's in them.
You're probably
them
not
hills.
wrong. You
We need
literally
more gold.
You're probably not wrong.
I know, for sure. We need more gold, and it's all out there in the hills. We just got to find it.
All right, so we're gonna go metal detecting.
Metal
Mhm.
detecting is so fucking cool.
Do you
It
ever
is.
go like panning for gold or anything out there? I like doing that shit. So
I have, but not in the past, like, God, 10, 12 years. It's been a while.
Wow. Yeah, I have a metal
Uh,
detector and everything. Like me and my dad got painting equipment, and like we got all that stuff.
Nice.
They were ripped,
Little
racked, and
unknown
roaded.
little hobby fact of mine is that I like to pan for gold. I just don't get a chance to do it all the time. 'Cause you gotta go in Michigan. You gotta go to like very specific locations to try to find
Yeah,
gold.
otherwise you're just gonna catch nothing and needles and other dumb bullshit.
Yeah, you can find little flakes here and here. It's like mostly just your little creeks and streams. You just gotta find the right sediment, bottoms. But
Yeah,
Yeah. That would be fun.
totally, I would if I was out there. Like that's what I would be doing. I'd be going into like caves and exploring for gold. Like that would be so cool. But I'm sure all of the good freaking spots are picked out there, and people
Right.
got that shit on lock. Those gold hunters, man, they don't play around. They know.
yeah,
They
yeah.
straight up no, bro. Like they'll go scope a place out, and I've watched the TV shows, man. Those dudes they know what's up.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny. So let me think. I had a good question and I'm already fucking lost it. Do you think you've ever seen something that you can't explain, that it might not have been a ghost other than an alien, like your alien sighting, like a Bigfoot sighting or like something out in the woods? Because I know Virginia is like pretty known for their pretty dense forests.
Yeah, we're known for pretty much Dogman and Hellhound. But I was down to,
Man,
yeah.
I wonder if it's like the same. Is it like the same legend as the Michigan Dog Man?
I would
I think
assume that
so.
they're pretty same, like pretty much.
Yeah.
Like that it happens every 7 years on a 7 date.
I didn't know about that.
Oh yeah, we've done like a whole thing on Dogman before, and
At least
like,
the Michigan ones,
Yeah,
it
the
was
Michigan
like
one,
it was all aligned with like certain dates and things.
Sevens was like the important number. Like every 7 years, it happens on like the 7th of July. So the 7th. Yeah, it all has to.
It was all
it's
funky
all
as fuck.
sevens. Like it's a thing, like a pattern, and that made us think that like it was maybe an interdimensional being. Like how would it elapse so much time?
Crack.
Wormhole. Crack. The dog man's just a crackhead in the woods. It makes sense.
It makes the most sense to me.
I will believe it. No.
He's just a
I
wild.
don't
crack
claim to be an expert on the dog man, but
man. It might be a guy on crack.
if this snowman fits the nostril, I'm pretty sure he's doing some of that that snowflake. But Jesus Christ, that's funny as hell.
Okay.
So if
There it is.
aliens are real, then where do they come from? Is it like just galaxies that are like, within comprehension, or do we think that like space is so vast that it's something that there is not even like a chance that a human could ever travel to their planet or anything like that, or
think
ever
that-
even like find a signal?
I think that's more likely that we would never be able to survive the travel.
Yeah, that, and I think that they definitely have portals. Like they definitely can make portals.
Oh yeah,
Get them from here to there within seconds. So
Yeah, they might not even need to make portals. There might be like times and folds, like
yeah.
warp holes that they just
yeah,
hit.
yeah. I would believe that, to be honest. I mean, we know so little about how like black holes and things
Right, what if
like
they're using
things
black
of that
holes
nature
to travel. Like
in
that's what you do in
space
No Man's
work.
Sky.
Well, yeah. Well, like look at how space works, man. We know the very minimal, just like how we know more about the moon than we do our oceans, because we just are not capable of getting to these places, or like getting there with the means of being able to do the research, because it didn't take all of the resources to get there in the first place.
People would never survive now because they can't get there in 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so let's diverge off of this topic for a minute. What do you think about zombies? And do you think it's a possibility that we could have a zombie infection ever for real happen, or do you think this is all made up science fiction bullshit?
I believe that they're zombies, but I don't think it's The Walking Dead. I think it's gonna be like drug addicts.
Like how what is it? The bath salt zombies are eating people's
yeah,
faces.
I think
That's
it's gonna
crazy.
be people on like the hardcore drugs that like walking around and make them look
okay.
like they're zombies.
Well, look at what
Yeah.
meth does to people, man. Like,
Well, yeah. I mean,
you can literally take like 5 tasers, and one taser will knock one regular person out. But like somebody on meth or something like an amphetamine that's completely
they
like
are a
blocking
zombie.
that shit. Yeah, that's
You are a zombie.
it's pretty
But
fucking
I think
close.
like Bart Cybrell said this actually when we had him on, is that like a zombie is whatever we make the definition of it as.
Yeah.
So like if a zombie is an undead human, then you have to categorize like what's undead, or did they die and then come back to life, or are they dead and they're still dead and they're reanimated?
Or are they vegetables that are being controlled by basic motor skills and not motor skills, instincts. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Right. Like somebody controlled on drugs. You have all of your instincts, but other things are blocked. So you're not totally aware like you think you are.
I like to think that the zombie virus could be like a real thing, like Resident Evil bullshit, where like because all the permafrost, like that's
I think Last
going
of Us
away.
is more likely.
You're probably right with that actually, but like how the permafrost is melting and our whole like Earth is going through climate change as it is, which it's normal. I mean, I'm not saying that we aren't helping it along, but it is a normal thing to see happen. But then you get all the stuff that was frozen in the permafrost, like these viruses and bacteria that are being reintroduced into this environment now that might be completely different. So like it might evolve differently into a strain that turns somebody into like a completely rotting flesh corpse that's eating people.
Right. Yeah. We don't know
I mean-
what kind of viruses could be stored within these ice caps. Like
I
there could
definitely
be-
ain't no
there could be a
geneticist,
virus.
but
Well, they recently did find a virus in frozen ice. that
yeah,
was,
and
like,
it was
millions of
they
years
called it
old.
like a Lazarus virus because
Yeah.
it came back from
I don't
like,
know
extinction.
exactly what it did. I just know that that was something that was in.
Well, these motherfuckers can
Science
clone
stuff.
mammoths and sheep and shit. Like you're telling me that they can't like bioengineer something that's gonna take somebody
They
that died
haven't-
back.
They haven't cloned an embryo though. That's the thing.
Oh,
they
I
can
guess what
clone
you're
the
saying, yeah.
DNA, but they can't make an embryo. So that's where they're.
And hopefully they don't figure out how.
Jurassic Park would be cool as fuck though.
Well, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to turn an elephant embryo into a mammoth.
Oh God.
I want to pet
So
a
basically, it
velociraptor.
won't look like a mammoth, but it will be a mammoth technically DNA wise, but it'll be an elephant at the same time.
Could you imagine war though? Like weaponized Tyrannosaurus Rexes.
Oh,
Like
God.
running around with cannons and shit.
That's not why they want to use them though. That's totally the ARC way of thinking though. I dig it because
I dig
yeah.
it. I dig that
that's
shit.
that's how you should use it. You should attach rocket launchers and machine guns to a Tyrannosaurus Rex and just. That's
But their
what you
hands
want.
too small. Too small.
that's
Like,
why-
That's why you have the rockets.
Yeah, that's why you just stick guns on them. So it just shoots wildly.
And then they
in
just
the
pick up cars and throw them out of the way.
Yep. So Tyrannosaurus Rex, nub arms.
And then you cover it in armor, obviously.
Oh yeah, I love this.
Giant living tank.
Amazing.
Sounds freaking awesome.
Yeah, and this all came from zombies. Fuck.
Knock next time. But yeah,
I feel that tomorrow. But an oversized turtle would be cool. A gigantic turtle would be amazing.
that would be pretty cool. Like one that you could like build a house on the back of it.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm all about that. That'd be sick. I
But
wonder
definitely-
if like, what if there was a time when there was like giant, massive turtles that were that large, and we just have never found like their remains.
I mean, I would believe that they found fossils and all that of giants. So I mean,
Oh, yeah. Do you like? So you believe that there was giants at one point?
oh yeah,
I believe so. I believe there was probably a giant like species of humanoid. I wouldn't say human because we're kind of like the modern day human, but
I mean, I would say thousands and thousands of years ago, and maybe in caves and like deep in caves and all that, they could still exist.
oh, he's back, people. Welcome back. Welcome back. So I think
Jason crackers.
so. You know, like we were talking earlier about the Colosseums. Like I think that because they were different and like probably clumsier. I don't know if their muscle make was probably that much different, but I assume they might have been a little bit clumsier, but it's still like intimidatingly large. And they were probably captured and brought to the Colosseum. And like, I'm pretty sure there's stories of like giants being in the Colosseum and like gladiators fighting them.
Yeah,
It makes sense. Like, that would be crazy to, I mean, hundreds of thousands of people watching this, you know, David versus Goliath story. And then boom, we just like wipe out a species of human because we used them for theatrics, which is the most like human thing ever.
It's pretty sick. Not gonna lie. I mean, they still do like the running of the bulls and like things like that in Spain. So it's. I think it's more like a rite of passage, like those kind of things were. So like that's where it's like I feel like people were very prideful. So I'm sure you would get spirits that are like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm cool as shit. I killed all these people because I am better than them.
Yeah, I'm sure that the gladiators, like spirits, are roaming around in those areas, and maybe even those giants too that they could have been fighting. I don't know.
I mean, yeah,
Giants are real. That's the fucking crazy part.
They were the. I mean, we were just talking like they've found bones. There's a. I don't know how real the TikTok videos are, but I'm sure everyone's seen them of the dude spotting the giant like on top of the mountain. I don't know how real that is, but
What do you mean?
you don't like, dude. Okay, so he posted this video of him like seeing a giant on top of this mountain, and he like the video. His
Was this
profile got like,
recent?
yeah, his profile got like taken down. He like disappeared and shit.
I want to say it was in Afghanistan, but I can't. I couldn't-
Yeah,
Really?
it wasn't in the U.S., but like his profile got taken down and like he went missing.
Oh no, the Afghanistan, that was trolls. That was the trolls that they found. in
There's been a couple
Afghanistan.
weird things posted on TikTok
You guys are
about
blowing
like
my
giants
mind.
and shit. Yeah,
I didn't
wish
know
could
that this
find
this
it.
is like recent stuff.
Yeah, dude.
You're gonna pull it up.
Well,
That's
yeah,
funny.
because if you haven't seen this, like I feel like you need to see this.
I need to see it. He says. I mean,
It's-
now, how much stock do you put in the stuff that you see online, though?
Man,
It's so
not
hard.
a lot, especially if I see anything like on Facebook. I don't believe 99% of the stuff I see on Facebook.
Yeah,
But
because I have the same problem. It's a person, dude. Is this the video?
Yeah. Screen share this real quick.
Oh, you're gonna show everybody, so everybody can see. Good man. Sharing is caring.
One sec.
Technology's hard.
it does get confusing.
Dude, StreamYard is so cool, but it's so fucking like kind of finicky.
You see it?
Wait, so but like Yeah, I see somebody up there. It looks like a person. But like, why do they think it's a giant?
Because he's on top of the mountain. Look how big it is.
Oh.
Okay, now I see what you're saying. That does make more sense. Like, that is kind of weird because it does look fucking huge from here. But then, like, if there's fucking giants on top of mountains, why haven't we seen more of them? And it's in Canada. It's just your friendly
Hmm.
neighborhood Yeti, eh?
Interesting, right? I don't know.
I mean, it could have been a Yeti, for real.
I don't think it's that
But-
out of the question.
A Yeti would be something that's giant, 9 feet tall or whatever. It could also just be an optical illusion too.
Yeah.
I think that's probably more what's happening. But that's
'Cause,
so
like,
fucking weird.
Something
still.
so far away, will it look bigger to you, or will it look?
I don't
smaller?
know.
If the light, like, I guess it would depend on the lighting coming off the mountain, maybe, or the shadowing. I don't know. I don't know anything about that stuff, but it
Is
looks
it a
like a
bird at
giant
the
creature.
exact spot it needed to be?
Interesting. I think giants could be real. I think
Oh, yeah.
they could be as real as everything else we think it potentially is real.
I mean,
Honestly,
they've basically found like literal burial sites of people that are way too big to be people. And back then people were smaller, so it doesn't make much sense because nowadays everybody's like a lot bigger than say 19th century, even earlier than that probably.
well, yeah, a lot of that has to do with the food that we were eating and the lack of food that they were eating.
Yeah, that's probably a good point.
Like, we gotta remember too that, like, the reason that we're different sizes.
You
Because,
think I'm eating better
like-
than them right now in this recession?
dude, they didn't even know when they were gonna be eating their next meal. They might have just ate bread one day and that was all they ate, and then an apple the next.
Your point is, where's the difference? I don't see it.
Jesus, that's amazing. So, do you guys have a lot of I don't want to say it, like Native American history around where you're from?
Yes. Like there's well, it's in North Carolina, but you got Cherokee, North Carolina.
Mm.
But yeah, there's a lot of definitely Native American history up here. That's why when people say it's the Indian burial ground, how do you like? I consider the whole like United States, Canada, and even
Yeah,
part
that's
of
what we always say.
Mexico an Indian burial ground because you never know where like Native Americans died. Or
Right. So does that mean you believe in like the Wendigo?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Had a live stream about a month ago about the Wendigo.
Really?
It's definitely an interesting topic because some people consider it a cryptid and some people consider it just a legend.
Right. See, and I'm like, do I want to encounter one? It's one of those things where it's like it'd be really, really fucking cool to like, how do you want to say it? Like confirm that it's real, but am I gonna lose my sanity and my my
Yeah.
life to it?
Yeah, that's the one thing you got to worry about.
See, and like my wife thinks that she might have encountered one because she was hearing like voices that she shouldn't have been hearing, or like sounds, like mimicking sounds of things that weren't there at like 4 o'clock in the morning down by the lake where we live. It's like, what the fuck is going on here?
Well,
And this
I
was
did-
during a snowstorm too.
I do know Michigan's another big place for Wendigos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I believe it.
anything like that.
Yeah, I'm curious as hell. It sounds really, really fun to go explore, say like Manistee National Forest is a good example. Like just the big forests that we have around here that are just miles and hundreds of miles at that, to just find something, because there's something out there. There's no chance that there isn't something that we don't know about that's just elusive as fuck.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hopping in and out of dimensions.
I don't even think you have to hop in and out of dimensions. I think if you just have an intelligent creature or being, it's not as hard as you think if they're living off the grid, very remotely deep in boonies, that it's unlikely that they get found. And if it's not hard, that if you're in tune with your surroundings and you're not used to, say, like the noise pollution that we have with the sounds of cars or cell phones or like random bullshit like that, like you hear something that you don't know what it is, yeah, you go on high alert immediately.
Or you don't know what it is, and you could be like me. Let's go figure it out.
Yeah, me and Riley are like, run at it.
Yeah, I'm definitely a go figure it out type person.
Fucking charge.
Like the day I think I had my Hellhound encounter.
Yeah.
We was on this road called, like, it's State Road 666. And there's been women that been known to jump off the bridge and killed herself. The second bridge, there's been a blue Mustang accident, and people can see headlights of a Mustang behind them, but there's nothing behind them.
Cars are creepy.
Oh, Phantom car story.
That's creepy.
Yeah, we was walking. We parked at Kroger's and we just started walking down the road. Well, we get halfway down, and the first thing we see is this house, like, right in the woods. Well, we start going to the house, and the person I was with was like, "Don't go in there," and just started acting weird, started cussing us, and we were like, "All right, well, we're not gonna go in there."
Like,
So then we heard, like, the scariest growl, like bigger than like any dog, and we just smell rotten flesh. Damn, I can't talk. Rotten flesh, like, just instantly, like that.
damn.
And then my buddy that we was with, got to his knees and his eyes turned pure white, and he just had a blank stare. And we finally snapped him out of whatever trance or what happened to him. Started walking, and that smell was gone. Well, we get to the second bridge. We did, which we shouldn't have done it, but we started doing a dowsing board session, like the Ouija board, but with like the one person doing it and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we started doing that. And we got done with that. Hey, Myers. And we started walking back. And the other guy we was with, the exact same thing happened to him. Fell to his knees, eyes pure white, and he let out the God loudest scream.
That's terrifying.
And then we heard that growl again and smelled the rotten flesh and saw pure red eyes looking at us in the woods.
What the fuck? Man,
let's just say we got out of there as fast as we could.
Are you one to say that, like, you get scared on investigations when shit like that happens, or are you
not
just
really?
Like, eh?
But that scared me like half to death right there.
It sounds traumatic as fuck. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was.
We caught red eyes once on camera.
Yeah, it was one of the weirdest things too, because like you don't expect to see a different color in like the darkness like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've looked at the map. There, for how high the like red lights were. That's what I'm gonna say they were, because I don't know exactly if it was eyes or not. But like, there's no way it could have been a car. There's too much woods, and the road isn't gonna be at that angle of height.
Yeah. Yeah, and there was just too much interference like everywhere
for us to see them when they did.
That's why I was like, what the fuck?
And then on top of everything else that happened that night, it was just like, yeah, okay, that's something fucking not normal.
Done.
Right, yeah. So like what's the as paranormal investigators, I know it's hard to say something actually scared you, but like what was the like this most
The
I
one that
guess-
solidified the oh shit moment.
yeah, the oh shit moment in your encounters?
Probably that night when I seen.
Yep.
Because I also had like a little 8-year-old boy attachment for like 2 weeks.
After
And
that?
he drained my energy. I didn't upload that video for like 2-3 weeks because I was like, didn't feel like doing nothing. But that was probably the scariest night I've ever had.
Really? Yeah, I can see that for sure. Like
Because
A
that
growl
house
is
that we
one
saw, we went back during the day and that house was nowhere to be found and there was no evidence of a house being there. But everybody with us saw that house right there that night. So I believe it was a portal house.
oh my god. All right, kitty.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
No, she just love cats.
Cats are awesome. We got a bunch of them.
Yep. I got 2 of them and a dog and a baby. So it's like, my house is a fiesta.
I just got butts. That's what I call him.
Yep. His name is Mr. Buttons, but he's a butthole.
Yeah, he just
So-
gets called butts all the time.
AKA it's butts.
He likes to make his appearance on the show, destroy something. That's his goal. That's his favorite thing to do.
Yeah, there.
Sounds
Rip
like
it down
cats.
from the wall.
That sounds like
cat
cat
move.
for sure.
Total cat move, 100%.
So, what do we think? Is the moon hollow, and that there's a moon base, like on it?
There could be.
I was gonna say, I heard some funny shit today where it was like, Area 51 is not Area 51. It's the shell where they have their Stargate that portals things to the moon base that's inside of the moon. It's very elaborate.
I mean, I know they explored the moon, but I'm pretty sure they hadn't explored the whole moon.
Yep. I mean, the dark side of the moon is like
now let's
sketchy.
elaborate on that. We as humans explored the moon physically.
Oh
or have
God, are we
drones
going back?
explored the
Are we
moon
going
for
back to the
us?
whole like, did we even make it to the moon?
That's a good question, actually.
Throwback to our probably still one of my favorite episodes is the one with Bart Sabro. Like, is the moon landing a hoax? Like, really makes you think that maybe why haven't we like the question for me is why haven't we gone back? If I hold more technology right here and more technology to
Because they
broadcast
realized it was such a
us on
waste of
YouTube.
money to just go walk around a giant rock.
That I mean, hey, there's that too. That there's nothing there. There's nothing even to do. Like we can't even live here. We can't do nothing here.
I mean, they could have fixed the moon landing. Like, I personally believe that the Men in Black is a form of government officials, but not our government. I believe that they are aliens. I don't believe they're humans.
That would make sense. I mean,
Like Elon Musk.
account,
Elon Musk ain't a human. That's a proven fact.
oh,
He's an alien.
basically lizard.
Hey,
There's been a
Christy.
lot of stories of the Men in Black, like they're just like mannerisms and like the way they come off and talk and shit just is unrealistic as hell.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the sketchings of them? They don't look like humans at all. They're missing features and stuff like a jawline and like
There's a good
they're, like,
episode of
the normal creases we have in our face, like they're just flat.
what was that series that we used to always watch?
Unsolved
BuzzFeed.
Mystery? Yep,
BuzzFeed. Yeah, BuzzFeed Unsolved Mysteries. There was one on the Men in Black, and it's a super, super good episode.
I think I remember that one.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
shout
one
out.
that
I think I've
always
seen
stuck with
that.
me. Same with the Somerton Man, like how there was just a man on the beach that was completely like non-relevant to anybody or anything in the time, and he was wearing a suit and he was like bald as hell. Like
What's his name? Valiant Thor.
Valiant Thor. Yeah, that
Valiant
was
Thor.
another
Do you know
one.
that story?
Mm-mm.
That story's
Okay.
cool as fuck.
Though it was around, was it
I don't remember the times.
Gosh, what president?
It was
Teddy
Reagan or something.
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt,
I
yeah.
believe it was Roosevelt was president, and apparently he this
An
alien
alien
came
to
down
us.
and came to us and like
Basically said like
gosh, we have a whole episode on Valiant Thor. If you
he
should go listen to it,
basically
but
said that he was given a task, which was to come talk to the officials of Earth and like make a deal with them that we were going to give up a percentage of our population to them for testing.
yeah, that's it.
And then he
Ooh.
like disintegrated after that. And at that exact same like time, the rate in disappearances ended up spiking too. So it's like I like I don't know.
We did like a 2 hour, I don't even know how long the episode is, but
It
we
was
did a
like
whole
an hour
thing
or something.
on him where we
read the whole
decided-
wiki.
yeah, we read the whole wiki and
Night more. Dang, it's 3:20 a.m. there. Yeah, get some sleep.
Look,
Dang.
you trooper.
wow. Shout out to Mora.
We love you. Good night.
Thanks for
More is
tuning in.
amazing.
Like, we always appreciate everyone that jumps into the chat and hangs out with us.
It always
and
never
participates in our
ceases to amaze me
conversation.
either that people from different countries are such avid listeners and like are interested in the same things that we're interested in. It always like makes me smile because it's like it's such a universal language.
Mm-hmm.
It is. The paranormal definitely is. Like everyone understands. Everyone does the same type of
We're all linked in
investigations.
death. That's the thing
We
is
are.
no matter what, we are all linked in it. As much as you
Well-
want to say like black, white, like color, creed, ethnicity, all that, like it factors into like us being segregated or diversity or blah blah blah. Well, yeah, but at the same time, like all of us are inside the same color. All of us are also inevitably going to end up in the exact same fucking situation at the end.
Yeah.
So it's like there's nothing different. Like I I just don't understand how you can say like, well, ghosts aren't real because like you have to meet these criterias where it's like no.
Why is the thing
Well-
I've been seeing a lot too is like people saying, well, why is it only like ghosts from history? But like no,
It's
there's
not.
recent ghosts. I know people that like literally say my grandpa who died 3 years ago haunts my house.
Yeah.
Look at Nubz fucking encounter.
Yeah.
Like literally. Like it's a perfect example.
See, that's why we as paranormal investigators, we love our skeptics.
right.
but we don't-
I love a skeptic.
We don't like the
I'm a
debunkers.
skeptic at heart
Or
too.
at least
I want to prove
I'm not a
something
big
before
fan
I-
of these debunking channels. I'm not a big fan.
I
of
think
them.
that they stretch it too far to find a reason for it not to be true.
Yeah, I think
It's
some
like,
of
I
them are
think
just-
they're to an extent you have to
hateful.
be skeptical too.
Yeah,
You do. You have to be able to explain it till it doesn't make sense anymore.
yeah,
Once you start reaching for multiple things, it's like, okay, is it really making sense anymore? Like you're trying to say it's too many different things. Like it's either this or that. You
yeah.
know? You can't have it's science.
When I
so-
start saying
you
5G
say
towers
this
are
thing-
interfering with my brain waves that are making me feel uncomfortable and
But they
something
are.
touched my butt, I'm probably gonna say like, I don't know about that.
But like it's science, right? So you don't want too many variables. And then if there's too many variables, then your experiment's defunct. Like it's just not gonna work.
Cause fuck it.
But I definitely think when we are paranormal investigating, we need to be mindful of like, those types of things, our Wi-Fi signals and our
Mm-hmm.
That's very true.
phone signals and
I do think that there are, unfortunately, we've talked about this before, but like a lot of people that are faking it on YouTube and other platforms. And it's unfortunate because it's really easy to do it.
it
But
can be really easy.
I just,
you don't have to try that hard to make some
No,
of these
and-
devices go off.
and I think some people also will catch things and probably accidentally be cheating, but not know they are. Because
Totally
like
possible,
when we
too.
started, we didn't know that putting your phone on airplane mode would make a difference or not. We
Yeah,
assumed it probably would, and then we were told that it would, so we were like, well, yeah, now it's the rule of thumb.
That's what I
Yeah.
usually do. Is I try to remember to put my phone on airplane mode.
Yeah, I for like probably our first couple investigations, we had no idea, no idea that that was a thing. So like,
Granted, we didn't always even have our phones on us, or if we did, we were recording. So it's not like we were using them for like any tools other than the recording aspect of it.
Yeah, that's
which
what I
is
do. I
really
just
good on the
record
camera.
on my phone.
Yeah,
Mainly,
it's too fucking expensive to buy one of those nice DSLR cameras.
Oh, dude, yeah, they're just as expensive as a phone. Honestly, like it's about the same price for a new phone it is one of the new Sonys or whatever.
you ain't lying.
So, what's the farthest you've traveled to paranormal investigate?
North Carolina.
How far away is that, like trip wise?
4-5 hours.
That's
It's
not
pretty
bad.
good.
That's about what we did too. I mean, Riley's gone farther because he's flown to Alaska for a fishing trip and gotten the privilege to go investigate there.
Yeah,
and
and
same thing
Arizona.
with going on vacation, unrelated to paranormal investigating, and happened to run into being given the opportunity to do it almost the entire fucking time.
Yeah, it helps that like even when I take family vacations, my family's like into the paranormal stuff, so we
Nice.
go do it together.
Do you feel
That's
like you've ever been possessed? And like,
No,
has it like physically? Have you ever been physically affected?
I've had an attachment, but
Mm.
I've never been like possessed. But the
When you
attachment,
say attachment, like how do you mean?
like I don't know, he somehow attached himself to me and was just draining my energy. Like
So you
I
just feel
was
sluggish and tired and yep.
for like
Okay.
2-3 weeks straight until I went back there and told the attachment it has to stay.
And then
It
did you like
can't be.
immediately feel the weight after that? Really? That's
Mhm.
so
Wow.
crazy.
Like it wasn't a bad. It was like I want to say we got the answer. It was like an 8-year-old boy.
Yeah,
Where
and I can
the
understand the draining of the energy because I mean, how else do they manifest right there?
yeah, the Mustang that wrecked on that truck. I mean, on that road, it was he was in the Mustang.
Oh,
It's such a coincidence, and it's more than a coincidence. It's that's the reason.
see, I
It-
kind of thought I had an attachment to like the cemetery down the road here, Nunica Cemetery. There's a little spirit of a little girl, Emily, and there was like a point where we had went there, and then for like the next couple days after, I just like had this massive weird urge to just go back. And I
What
Mhm.
he's
ended up,
trying to say is he had a boner.
yeah. So I went back there, and same thing. I left there, and like the same thoughts didn't like occur.
He said, "Oh, I got a raging clue."
Mm.
No, I think I had an attachment as well after we left the Eloise Asylum here in Michigan. And we got home after the investigation and it like we had a jam-packed full night of like crazy shit happening. And I don't think it was anything malicious, but I think that I was so overstimulated or like how like my energy was like being completely wiped out and I was like so overwhelmed that I just like couldn't handle anymore because I walked into our bathroom right when we got home and I was like, I feel fine, I'm gonna pee, and just started fucking hurling my guts up and I was like, I don't even feel sick, what's happening? I was like, this makes no sense. It was like the Evil Dead bullshit. And then I was like, I walked on the living room and I was just like, hey Jenna, I just threw up a lot. I feel okay though. Like, what the fuck just happened? And then the next day, my daughter had a rocking chair about, the size of a 3-year-old, and it was rocking on its own. And there was no wind or anything in the house, whatnot. And I was like, I don't know if this is a fucking coincidence or if this has anything to do with me throwing up and us going ghost adventuring or whatnot. But it was fucking wild.
Yeah, it sounds like it. But yeah, I definitely believe that because people think if you get possessed, if you get an attachment, it's the same thing. It's different.
Oh, 100% is different.
You get possessed, just you're not yourself. You pretty much you don't know what happens afterwards or nothing.
I think I also might have experienced something like that, because when we did Nunica here, our Nunica Cemetery, which was at one point, I think before they started urbanizing all the way around it, it was probably one of the most renowned like locations for paranormal activity, and we've had quite a few like experiences of weird things happening there, but I like was provoking, but in an anger way, where I was like, "You guys are fucking pussies! Like, fuck you, bitch!" Like, just like, like, not like myself, and definitely was not normal for how we investigate or how I usually carry myself on investigations. So I, I don't know if I would say it was like I was being possessed, but like that definitely wasn't me. So it's hard to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, it happens more than people think it does.
I had one say, "She's mine. This is my house."
Yeah, fuck that. That's terrifying.
Oh my gosh.
No, that's not your house. I don't know you.
Oh, geez. I had I'm reading the slate.
It's hard for us to see the comment section because we need a third monitor that is
I
just comments.
I have to like distract my eyes away, and like read what people are saying.
I want to be polite, damn it.
I mean, I think we're all susceptible to that kind of thing. Like, even if we don't mean for it to happen, like
It just
we don't always
does.
know the boundaries that these spirits have when we're interacting with them.
Right.
So and the thing is too, when people are alive, there's people have mental complications and
Or
things
hairpin
that
trigger where you
were-
say the wrong fucking thing.
yeah, or a hairpin trigger to where they just snap. Like we've said before, if you're probably going to be the exact same kind of person when you're dead as you are alive.
I think
So
we've
if you
said
have
this in every live stream.
probably, but it's like it's so true. Like if you have a quick trigger to react negatively or aggressive as a human, you're probably going to do the same thing. When
And
you're
if you're a
dead.
jokester in life, you know how much
Yeah.
fun it'll be in death, and you can just fuck with
or if
everybody.
you're someone that's like really touchy and like up in your face, like you're probably going to be like that after you die too.
Probably.
Yeah.
So like a little boy, like he was probably like, looking for you for like guidance and safety. So he was probably following you around because he felt safe.
That's what I was thinking.
And then, you made an understanding with him that he can't do that with you. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read that again.
I'm gonna read that again. I love that like everybody has different experiences, and they're all so unique that you can say that they're all like related in a way, but no one experience that somebody has had paranormally is gonna ever happen the same for somebody else. And it is so interesting to me that that's the thing that fascinates me the most about ghost hunting in general is like, will we ever get the answers? Well, is anybody ever going to crack that barrier
I don't think so.
and
I don't think
be
it's
like, this is
possible.
why?
I don't think it's possible to find the answer until you die.
Yeah.
I just don't like.
I just want to know.
You can do all
I
the
don't want to
studies on
die
the
and
brain that you
know. I want to
want, but,
know
like,
now.
How do you even like? If we all have a soul and that's what we believe is like carries us on into the afterlife, what is a soul? We don't even like.
It's energy.
But do we know that for sure?
No.
It makes the most scientific sense.
I think like coming from a logical standpoint, that's probably
Like-
what I'd put my
Like
money
what
on.
Zach from Blood Moon said, like he thinks of it as like wavelengths. Because
Yeah.
it all is vibration.
Yeah, everything
sounds,
is
like,
every
a
vibration
wavelength,
is
so,
a
like,
wavelength, and every wavelength is also like
how do you measure
part
that
of
as a soul?
matter, whatever.
If that's what a spirit is a lost soul, or like I don't know. Like,
It's DMT. I don't fucking know.
it's DMT. That's if you do DMT, you'll see ghosts. Pretty
I think that's a
dose.
terrible, terrible, terrible way to like go about it, but like whatever.
We're joking here.
Drugs are
Oh.
bad, okay?
Don't do drugs
I've
unless like you want to.
DMT. Oh
Your
God.
choice.
The spirit
ain't-
molecule.
I've heard of people doing that.
There's a good movie
Oh,
that was on Netflix a couple of years ago. Riley, do you remember what it was called? Is it called The Spirit Molecule? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so. Yeah.
Where
I
it
think
like
so.
depicts somebody that like is like basically like having like a DMT hallucination or like would they say when you die your body releases the same chemical that the DMT would? So like DMT is like the closest you can come to like having a death experience without dying or like having anything close to
That's
that.
what they say. We don't know that.
I don't know how accurate any of that really is, but the movie itself really
I think
is an eye opener for me.
any of that is perception. The people that have been closest to death are the people that have actually died and came back to life.
Yeah,
Those are the people whose stories, if you want to believe anyone's stories about what dying is like, I mean, those are the stories you have to listen to. And sometimes they're really hard to listen to and like sad because like, you know,
some
you hear
people's
how
are
the people
similar
died
too, and it's wild.
and that's another thing too, is
Yeah.
a lot of people's stories are similar, like the you know, the white light and like feeling of like
The
just
gates.
freeness and yeah, gates and angels and like all that stuff. I believe that could be it, you know, like who's to say that it isn't? I think something like that would be really welcoming. I would hate for it to be the gates of hell and you know,
Fuck.
like no one wants to go there. I don't think. Some people
I definitely don't
some
think that
people
would be a
think
place I
that
want to go.
might be where they want to go, but I also hope that, you know, when we die, it isn't like what we think it could be, like when we're talking to these spirits and that's trapped here with no answer of where to go. I hope that's
Yeah.
not what it is either. I hope it's more like there where they're supposed to be, but there's a break in some type of void and we're interacting with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Violet. My daughter just started talking like she's talking to somebody. That's funny.
But where else can people find your content? I'm pretty sure I got your YouTube, Instagram, and all that stuff down there. But do you have any other spots?
You can check me out on TikTok on Adventures with
TikTok.
Nubz.
We do love our TikToks.
I mainly just drop like 3-minute like little walkthrough videos or whatever of places.
Okay.
TikTok and Instagram on Adventures with Nubz. Facebook, I got my Adventure with Nubz group, and you can find me under Dallas Tolly if anybody wants to find me. All right.
Awesome.
And I think Snapchat, you can find me on Adventures with Nubz too, but I rarely use Snapchat.
Okay. Yeah, I just got my personal Snapchat. Really, that's it. I don't even really use that too much anymore.
Yeah.
I used to a lot
And
more.
Social
Twitter.
media is just that.
Yeah.
I try to, you know, keep up with everyone on social media. Sometimes it's a little difficult because I'm just doing so much other stuff and, you know, life.
Facebook was that'd always be the best.
Yeah, I think Facebook is becoming a crazy thing, and it's awesome that I've met a lot of, you know, the paranormal community through these social networking sites. So without them, you know, who knows if we would have ever been connected. So it's awesome. It's been absolutely amazing talking to you and getting to know you a little bit better. We'll definitely have to chat again. Hopefully time crosses and we're in the same area, same place, and we can do a collab and actually hang out.
Yeah, I'll have to get y'all one of my paranormal 101 streams or something.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That would be awesome.
But definitely had fun and appreciate the interview and invite up here.
Yeah,
course.
again, appreciate having you on. We'll definitely be collabing in the future. And thank you everyone for hopping into the chat, communicating with us. Been absolutely awesome. Crazy conversations. We were all over the place.
I know we're wild.
We're
Oh, it
wild
happened.
through.
I literally walked in with like 2 minutes to spare, put everything together, and then we just jumped into it. So it's like,
Yeah.
I was scatterbrained as fuck.
It happens. I
So
did the
fresh.
live stream last night for halfway to Halloween because
Yeah.
yesterday was halfway to Halloween.
Was it
And the first
really?
hour it was on subject, and then the last like 45 minutes it was hey
All
Matthew.
of this, all of this stuff is just a giant rabbit hole, and I love that every week we've been having awesome guests out here. We're just to dive deep into this shit
I
all
know.
together
It's so
and
much
just
fun.
talk our ears off and our viewers' ears off.
Oh yeah.
That's what we do, baby. But remember, folks, you can find all of his stuff down in the description. I promise you, and to keep your ears and eyes open for it really goes.
Boom. In the night.
Peace.
Peace, guys.